like when they come to the show, come say what's up to Brandy too, Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's it. Like, because like we big fans. We got our family in there, our cousins, and we know y'all there, and we love y'all.
Not Ray J, popping back up being messy again, dragging Beyonce and Jay-Z like he had nothing else to do out here. He out here calling them out for not taking a picture with Brandy during her tour, like he didn't have his own situation with Princess to deal with. He really went online blasting both of them for not acknowledging Brandy, and the internet went wild because he basically stirred up old talk about Beyonce supposedly not rocking with Brandy like that, and the way he did it had everybody clutching their phones like, what is he on today? Ray J didn't stop there either. He started pulling out every old rumor tied to Brandy, even bringing up claims that she didn't get along with other artists from her era like Aaliyah, which had people saying he was doing the most. But all this noise just made the bigger question hit harder. What's really going on between Beyonce and Brandy? Why was Beyonce out here taking cute pics with everybody else on that tour except Brandy herself? And then people caught her sharing shots from the Boy Is Mine tour. But the pics looked like Brandy got cropped out on purpose. And fans swear Beyonce dipped real quick the moment she saw Brandy backstage. This whole thing had folks talking like it was a movie plot. Now let's get into the gossip that's been floating around forever. A lot of people truly believe Beyonce feels some type of way toward Brandy because of how Brandy supposedly tried to turn Kelly Rowland against her back in the day. Word on the street is that Brandy and Kelly used to be tight, and people claimed Brandy was pushing Kelly to break away from Beyonce so she could shine on her own. Whether that's true or not, that rumor lived rent-free in fan conversations for years, and the way it keeps resurfacing every time these two women are mentioned in the same sentence is wild. But even outside all that old industry talk, people can't help but wonder why the energy feels so distant now.
I come to every one of Brandy and Monica's shows and never say what's up to B, and take all the pictures and all. I mean, it just, I don't like it. And I love you, Jay, and I love you, B. Please. Like, you guys are the biggest two stars in the world. So we know you there. Just, y'all walk by Brandy room, just say what's up.
Beyonce and Brandy are both legends, both respected, both loved in their lanes. So why does it look like they're allergic to being in the same frame? Every time they end up in the same space, fans swear something awkward pops off. And with Ray J jumping into the mix, stirring everything like he's hosting some reality reunion, it just made the situation even louder. This whole thing got folks side-eyeing the Backstage vibes for real. For anybody who remembers, Kelly used to be rolling with Brandy heavy. Folks were spotting them around LA all the time. Even seen them walking with baby Saray a couple times, looking like they were locked in tight. And this was during the same period when Kelly was dealing with that painful relationship she later sang about in Dirty Laundry, the one where her partner had her feeling isolated from the people she loved. So, of course, people felt like Brandy was one of the few folks she trusted during that mess. There were also rumors floating back then that Kelly allegedly told Brandy that her album Aphrodisiac was better than Beyonce's Dangerously in Love. And when that got back to Beyonce, people swear it caused tension between them for real. According to industry whispers from that era, Brandy was right there supporting Kelly during her fallouts, even looking out for her in ways folks didn't expect. Some even claimed Brandy let Kelly borrow money when things got rough. That whole chapter had people convinced those two were tight like sisters. But then Beyonce and Kelly patched things up and fell back into their usual bond again. And once that happened, Kelly reportedly shared some things with Beyonce about Brandy, which had Beyonce riding for her close friend the way anybody would. From there, folks said whatever tension Beyonce had toward Brandy just settled in and stayed. Suddenly, that friendship shift had everyone believing the bad blood stretched out way longer than people thought, and to make it even louder, we had folks from inside their circles chiming in. Back in 2017, Brandy's friend at the time, Monty Christian, hopped on social media with some now-deleted tweets hinting that Brandy allegedly didn't like Beyonce. She wrote things like, "If you're gonna tell people something, tell them what you did and what you got, I'm good," and warned that being spiteful and ugly will get you nowhere. Those posts had everyone saying, "Okay, yeah, something definitely went down behind the scenes." Now take that however you want, because that was the last time that friend said they were ever gonna speak on Brandy again. They were out here saying they used to be Brandy's biggest fan, but they were done talking about you want respect, you give respect, and basically hinting that being called the vocal Bible doesn't give anybody the right to treat people badly. And they even slid in a little shade saying somebody got mad because they took a picture with Beyoncé, but then hit us with that "let me shut up," like they weren't already spilling half the tea. The whole post had everybody staring at their screens like, girl, what is really going on? Brandy tried to calm everything down at the time, writing her own response saying, "To not love and respect greatness would be a disgrace to my own gifts." She talked about surviving a lot in her life, so she wasn't scared of slander or anyone's words. And she mentioned that nothing hurts more than when someone calls you a, then left the rest for everybody to guess. She made it clear she wasn't posting just to dodge Bayhive stings, but to speak truth, saying she loved Beyoncé and she loved Solange too. Then she wrapped it up, saying she needed to journal, meditate, and write her affirmations for the great day she was about to have. It was giving peaceful energy, but with a hint of tension still sitting in the corner. But let's be real. Clearly, something was still bubbling under the surface, because if everything was all love, Ray J would not be online today acting like Beyoncé outright ignored Brandy on that tour stop with Monica.
They are here.
Yeah.
Monica and Brandy.
The adult version.
Oh, the grown-up version.
You know what I'm saying? We couldn't come in here in 98 and do this, so it's good that we can do it now.
Hell no. Y'all would probably killed each other back then. I remember.
And then she would have blamed
telling
everything on me.
Oh, I hate
She would have been like, she attacked me. That's how she does me.
Like, let's keep it 100. She probably did, right? It was probably her.
I've said I'm sorry. No.
According to him, Beyoncé was taking glammed up pics with everybody else backstage, but somehow skipped his sister like she wasn't even in the room. And you know Ray J, once he feels away, the whole internet gonna hear about it. Ray J went on saying that not only his fans, but he and his family were disappointed that Beyoncé and Jay-Z pulled up multiple times without speaking to Brandy. He said it felt wrong that two of the biggest stars in the world could walk right past her dressing room and not say a simple, "have a good show," not even a quick picture, nothing. The way he described it, it sounded like he felt they iced her out on purpose, which sent social media spiraling like, okay, something definitely happened behind the scenes. Ray J kept talking and said Brandy didn't even know he made that video, and she'd probably be heated once she found out. But he doubled down anyway, saying he was crashing out for his sister and would do it again, calling the whole situation wild and telling Beyoncé and Jay-Z to do the right thing. He was acting like he was on a mission, and the internet could feel the chaos brewing. And honestly, when he said crashing out, maybe he meant more than just talking, because the very next thing that happened had the whole timeline spiraling. Out of nowhere, Brandy's own account popped up in the comments under Beyoncé's fan page at King Beehive on Instagram. The account was asking Beyoncé for pictures, claiming Beyoncé stole her outfit, and even wrote, "I dare you to come down here again and take a picture with me. It will go viral. That's my outfit. You down here in," like she was ready for a whole showdown. People were like, wait, what is happening right now?
Inspired by Aaliyah. I was so inspired by her. My entire Never Say Never album is like paying homage to her album that she did with Timbaland.
Okay.
Was it, which album was it? It was the one that has "If Your Girl Only Knew." That whole album inspired Never.
Brandy's team rushed to clean it up, posting on her Instagram stories saying her account was compromised. But honestly, folks weren't buying it. The timing was too perfect. Ray J had just blown up the situation, fans were debating the alleged feud, and suddenly her account is hacked just long enough to shade Beyoncé? Yeah, people were definitely side-eyeing that explanation. Some even joked Ray J probably had her phone in his hand typing the whole thing himself, but then again, others said Brandy might have actually been the one behind those comments because she does have a history of being fiery at times. And just to refresh memories, Brandy and Monica had beef that lasted decades, starting all the way back in the 90s after they made headlines for supposedly getting physical during rehearsals for the 1998 VMAs. Rumors were flying everywhere that Brandy gave Monica a black eye, even though both their teams denied anything happened. Fans kept that story alive for years like it was urban legend. Then years later, when they teamed up again for It All Belongs to Me in 2012, the two of them finally sat down on Angie Martinez's Hot 97 show and pretty much confirmed they really did exchange blows back then. Hearing it straight from them had the whole world like, oh wow, that really went down. So with a history like that, people weren't shocked at the idea that maybe, just maybe, Brandy really hit that comment section herself. Brandy had tension with Countess Vaughn too, to the point where she reportedly wanted Countess off their show completely. But since Kim was one of the most loved characters, producers didn't even entertain that idea. They just spun Countess into her own show instead. And according to reports, Brandy and her family weren't feeling that either, especially when the Parkers started pulling in stronger ratings. Folks said it caused even more friction behind the scenes, because now it looked like the spin-off was shining brighter than the original.
Brandy character, and they wanted me to play Brandy and kind of do a parody of her, and I just, I actually liked the script. I thought it was really funny, but I didn't want anybody to take like I was disrespecting her in any way, so I actually didn't do it. And it turned out to be a really funny movie, but that was like the weirdest thing that anyone had ever asked me to.
The drama was real. Then you get into her rumored feud with Aaliyah. Now on the surface, Brandy always spoke beautifully about her. In interviews, she stayed complimenting Aaliyah every chance she got. Like in 2011, she told The Juice, "She was the first girl on the scene. She came out before Monica and I did, and she was our inspiration." She talked about how record labels didn't believe in young acts back then, and how inspiring it was to watch Aaliyah win just by being herself. Brandy said the first time they met, she hugged her, told her how much she loved her, and Aaliyah said the same right back. According to Brandy, they clicked instantly and shared a moment she said she'd never forget. She also talked about a time they both performed at a radio event. Brandy performed before Aaliyah, and when she got off stage, she said she could see Aaliyah standing with the other artists, bobbing her head and showing support like a real one. She described it like it was a moment that stuck with her forever, like the energy was just pure love. Brandy even remembered the night she won a Soul Train Music Award, and Aaliyah sent her flowers with a message saying how proud she was of her. Brandy said it felt angelic and sweet, like something she'd carry in her heart for life. She made it clear that Aaliyah's inspiration was all through her music, shaping a lot of the songs she created. Hearing Brandy talk about those memories, you'd think everything between them was picture perfect. But behind the scenes, the stories floating around told a whole different tale. But behind the scenes, the word was totally different. People who were around back then claimed Brandy could be real shady toward Aaliyah because Aaliyah's image was more mature, while Brandy was being pushed as the perfect princess type. Folks said Brandy used to make little comments about Aaliyah looking too grown and how her own mom would never approve of that style. And according to people who were close to the situation, Brandy supposedly talked trash about both Aaliyah and Monica for liking older men, calling them too grown for their age, which had everybody raising an eyebrow. And the wild part, people called it hypocritical because Brandy herself was reportedly involved with Wanya Morris from Boys II Men, who was older than her too. So the whole situation had folks saying the behind-the-scenes energy was way messier than what the public saw. Then, Aaliyah's former bodyguard stepped into the conversation at one point and spilled even more. He said he worked with Aaliyah back in the day, and one thing he remembered clearly was an event at Cheyne Park. Brandy was performing there too. According to him, the whole tension kicked off because Brandy wanted to close the show, and Aaliyah was like, absolutely not. She told him straight up this was her hometown, and she wasn't letting anybody come to Detroit and close over her. The way he told it, Aaliyah shut that down quick. And it didn't stop there. Aaliyah was even asked publicly about the rumored feud with Brandy because so many people claimed Brandy was talking slick behind her back. Those whispers were everywhere at the time, and people swore Brandy had a habit of keeping it sweet in interviews but messy behind closed doors. Aaliyah, meanwhile, kept everything graceful like she always did. She only had kind words to say and even turned down a role in Scary Movie because she didn't want to do anything that might disrespect Brandy. That right there showed the kind of heart she had, even when the rumors were swirling heavy around both of them. But let's keep it real for a second. Yeah, Brandy might have been shady here and there in her past, but she was not the one popping up backstage at Beyoncé's tour over and over, strolling around like she was scouting for drama. She wasn't the one being accused of planning photo setups, cropping folks out of posters, or dodging pictures like it was part of the choreography. That whole backstage storyline had Beyoncé written in big neon letters, not Brandy. So honestly, I don't know, y'all. Maybe something really is going on between these two that we don't know about, or maybe the internet is pushing this way harder than it actually is. But the way these little moments keep adding up, it's hard not to wonder if there's a story they're choosing not to share. Anyway, tell me what you think about this whole idea of Beyoncé supposedly hating Brandy and why. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below.